Games announced in PlayStation 5 event coming to PC, Spider-Man Miles Morales isn't an expansion or a DLC, and rumors on remaking a Battlefield game. This past week we had so many games revealed from PlayStation 5 event as well as PC gaming show. We also had a new console revealed, but we got so much more to talk about in those games in this episode of Top Gaming News. Let's go! PlayStation 5 event was so much more successful than that of Xbox because we had so many cool games to play, but since it was a PlayStation event, the question arises, which games will be coming to PC? Well, first of all, Resident Evil 8, which I was talking about in the past news episode as well, is coming to Steam directly. Now this game is a continuation to Resident Evil 7 with Ethan, Mia and Chris Redfield, who apparently is a bad guy in this game. The game is back into the first-person mode which was introduced in Resident Evil 7 and will have a lot of more enhancements in the game as compared to Resident Evil 7 because the visuals in this game looks even more better. This game takes place in a village and the game will emphasize more on the exploration around that village. Also, combat is much more detailed here, as well as we have a much better inventory system, or at least bigger than that of Resident Evil 7. We also have witches, we have werewolves, and it looks like this game will have much more of action as compared to the previous Resident Evil games. Now the dev also said that this game will have no loading times. How much of that is true? We don't know because we have to see when the game comes out. Hitman 3, which is the first Hitman game ever which added 3 in the name of the game, is coming to PC as well, where it has been told that you can interact with the world in different ways possible that will reward you in the future playthroughs. What does that mean? We are not quite sure. Now this is the final game in the Hitman trilogy that started from Hitman 2016, then Hitman 2, and this would be Hitman 3. And apparently they're saying that you can play all the 3 Hitman games in Hitman 3 itself. Now if you can play all these 3 games, is there something more to it? But if that's the case, then it's amazing and I'm getting it. Project Athia, which is a game from Square Enix, is coming to PC as well, as it has been confirmed by Square Enix themselves. They describe this game as an otherworldly adventure game, and that's about it because you don't know anything about this game apart from that statement. But at least it's coming to PC, so that's a good thing, and I believe in Square Enix because they do produce good games. Pragmata or New Death Stranding is a game where you will be living in the future but not in Earth, in the moon. The game is coming in 2022 and is confirmed on PC, but since it's coming to 2022, the game has a long time before they reveal anything else apart from this cinematic trailer. Although Capcom has revealed a statement that this will be a breathtaking sci-fi game that you have never seen. Someone please call Keanu Reeves. Kena Bridge the Spirits will be coming to PC because it's listed in Epic Game Store. It's just such a cute looking adventure game where you, the protagonist, have to save the forest from such evil, and you will have these cute little helpers to help you around. They're so goddamn cute. I'll definitely hug them all the time. The requirements are also mentioned where you need at least Intel i3 3220 or AMD FX 6100 as minimum with 8GB RAM and Radeon HD 7750 or GTX 650 GPU from Nvidia, so it looks like I will be able to play in medium-ish settings at 1080p for sure. Are you guys excited for any of the games? I for one am very much excited for Resident Evil 8 because I want to see how the story progresses from Resident Evil 7. One thing that wasn't that good was PC gaming show with no surprises at all and focused more on indie games. Some of them were horror games, and me being a big fan of horror game, I might even check them out. Outlast Trials, which will be taking place in a Cold War where you along with others, which means a co-op game, will be surviving a place against these monsters. A 4-player co-op in a game like Outlast is definitely new and no one knows if this will work out or not. Remothered is coming with a sequel, and this time they brought a new trailer showing a new enemy, and it looks like this game will certainly perform better than the first game itself. The game will be coming out on August 25th and it looks good, but you're still not sure whether it will play good, if you know what I mean. Made of Skur is a British horror game that is coming out in July and is another survival horror game where you won't have much to protect yourself from the enemy, but you do have a device that helps you to escape or walk by them. The enemies are blind and they only respond to sound, like the clickers from Last of Us. Bizarre comparison right there. The biggest game that was shown in my opinion was Mafia the Definitive Edition because the game looks hella amazing. They have literally remade this game from the ground up and it looks wow, it looks gorgeous. And everybody knows the story of Mafia is amazing as hell and it's one to remember. The definitive edition of Mafia is coming to Steam and is releasing on August 28th, and right now you can buy it or pre-order it at $21.99. Not a bad price in my opinion. Another cool game that was dropped was Persona 4 Golden, which first came out back in 2012, is now coming to Steam with HD textures and some enhancements. The game is available for 1K, which I feel is a bit too much because it's a almost 10 years old game, but it's Persona, you cannot do much about it. Not much was shown in PC Gaming Show to be excited about because most of those games were indie games, so Xbox event was certainly better than this one, but there were some games that are worth checking out, maybe? Let's go back to PlayStation 5 because Spider-Man Miles Morales is getting some confusions on whether the game is an expansion or a DLC. The game was revealed in PlayStation 5 event and I was shocked because I did not expect Miles Morales to be coming as a video game. But the real question is it a standalone game or is it a DLC? Well, the answer is yes, it is a standalone game, but it is not a sequel to Marvel's Spider-Man, rather is an expanded universe of Spider-Man. Now in this game they're bringing Miles Morales, so it could be very possible that they might bring further more characters in the future games. Miles was also a part of Marvel's Spider-Man that came out in 2018, but there was not much shown in the game, although by the end of it, spoiler alert by the way, Miles did have Spidey powers. Now to remove the confusion a bit more, after Uncharted 4, Uncharted 5 was not released, instead it was Uncharted Lost Legacy, which was an expanded universe for Uncharted, where for the first time Nathan Drake was not the protagonist, instead it was Chloe, who we saw first in the second game of Uncharted as a supported character. The same way Miles Morales is getting his own game in the Spider-Man universe. Now it looks like the world is going to be similar with few enhancements, of course, and taking complete advantage of the PlayStation 5 tech, but the question is it actually New York? Will we ever be meeting Peter Parker in the game? That would be absolutely insane. Two Spider-Mans just swinging by and saving the neighborhood. Well, I am very much excited for Spider-Man Miles Morales to come out and cannot wait to see how the game looks and plays, but unfortunately the game is not probably coming to PlayStation 4, but at first I need to complete Marvel's Spider-Man. And I have not done that, so I need to do that first. The game does go on sale, but not very often. Well, it looks like Battlefield is coming back, but with a remaster, and that will be Battlefield 3. A YouTuber who has leaked previous Battlefield games in the past has been claiming that Battlefield 3 will be getting a remaster and will be combined with a new Battlefield game similar to what Call of Duty did with the Infinite Warfare game, adding Call of Duty Modern Warfare as a free game if you buy Infinite Warfare. The remaster will include all the DLC and of course you will see major graphical changes. And to be honest, right now the game looks really good. So I'm excited to see how the game looks when they remaster it. But again, this is a rumor and not confirmed at any way possible, which means this might change in the future. Also, other rumors suggest that next Battlefield game will be inspired by Battlefield 3 and there will be no remaster of Battlefield 3. So anything is possible at this moment, but it looks like a new Battlefield game is coming. But will it be good? The last Battlefield game was Battlefield 5, which was not so much popular because the game wasn't released in the best state of minds, I believe. But if a new game comes out, will you guys try it out? Let me know in the comments below. Well, speaking of horror games, a certain horror game has been delayed, and that is Dark Pictures' Little Hope. The announcement came from Supermassive Games saying that the COVID-19 had made things difficult for them, and so they are slipping the release date from summer release to autumn 2020, and their major priority is safety for everyone. The game had a new trailer and it looks like they're moving away from Ship's Haunted Play to a small town in New England that has a dark history of witchcraft. Interesting. The game will have lots of jump scares similar to that of Mad of Medan, and if you haven't played that game, the game is very similar to Until Dawn, which was a PlayStation exclusive. The game is based on choices like Life is Strange, and based on your choices, it will decide who will die and who will live. Little Hope is the second game in the Dark Pictures anthology, and it seems like there will be 8 games in Dark Pictures anthology series. That's a lot of games. Well, for sure, we are getting so many new games and more new games will be coming out because Ubisoft Forward is coming out next month, and for sure Summer Games Fest will have something more to show. And speaking of games, one of the biggest games will be releasing later this week, that is Last of Us Part 2. And I cannot wait to play this game. Speaking of playing games, GamerConnect will have more such tournaments that you saw last weekend in the future. So do subscribe to GamerConnect to see some of more tournaments and some more amazing videos as well. And also do not forget to smash like and comment down below which game are you most excited about, and follow us on all social media platforms so that you get to know everything about GamerConnect and so much more. My name is Gavin Manis and I'll see you guys in another video. Until then, bye bye.